All right, what's going on YouTube? In this video, reacting to all the addictive drugs and what they do to you in under 11 minutes. So yeah, without further ado, let's check it out.
Cannabis. Whether you prefer calling it weed, Mary Jane, or hash, cannabis is everyone's favorite green leafy plant. Snoop Dogg swears by it and has done a lot of side quests in life with his trusty blunt by
Honestly, I feel like even though weed is technically a drug, it's not as bad as like other stuff is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
his side, but while it may be one of the most popular drugs in the world, it's stirred up a lot of debate. You've probably heard people supporting weed saying, but weed helps me relax and deal with my anxiety.
That's
it's
true.
perfectly fine
That's
because
true.
it's all organic. While it may be true that weed can help issues like anxiety, body pain, and insomnia, there are a ton of problems associated with it. That stuff in marijuana that gets you high is THC, short for tetrahydrocannabinol. The secret ingredient gives you that euphoric buzz while also messing with your brain's juices. The addictive part comes in when your body keeps looking for that high and feels attached to weed. You're like a child who doesn't
Like me personally, it's hard for me to get addicted to stuff, but I could definitely see why people get addicted to weed. Like I could definitely see why, but it's just not for me.
want to go to bed without your blanket, which is weed. You're going to feel like you can't live without this stuff because you rely on it so much for energy, relaxation, and inspiration, turning you into an addict. Of course, we know that some people argue that getting a little high off weed is better than getting lung cancer from tobacco or killing 10 people on the freeway after drunk driving.
Imagine
Opium. Back in the day, opium was like the OG pain reliever. People have been using it for ages to ease their aches and pains. Headache? Opium.
heard of
Bellyache?
What's
Opium. Got stabbed? Opium. When you
Am I
pop some
tripping?
opium, it's like sending a signal to your brain saying,
I know
hey,
like
pain,
opium from like Playboy Cardi or something, but I never heard of opium.
take a back seat. That's because it contains this
slow?
chemical called morphine, which basically blocks those pain
know
signals from
morphine.
getting through. It's like setting up a detour on the highway to your brain, giving you a break from the hurt. But opium isn't entirely safe, even though it's all natural, since it's made using a plant called poppies. In the start, it makes you feel
Bro,
relaxed.
my thing is, like, which human being was it for like, okay, like that thing right there, let me try it. Or like, I guess before in time they used to like drink it or whatever. Maybe they got a buzz off that, but like, yo, humans are weird, bro.
Floaty, but over time you start relying on it to stay
I
happy
seen a
and
random
mellow.
bush
Once you're
under-
hooked,
under,
your body craves more.
under
And
road,
it's not
I'm
just
not
your brain that gets
smoking
messed
that.
up. Opium can mess with your stomach too, leaving you feeling sluggish and out of it. No wonder it's not the go-to for pain relief anymore. There are safer options that won't leave you feeling like you've been hit by a truck. Inhalants. One of the easiest to get drugs out there is inhalants.
Yes,
You don't have to go to the pharmacy or your local drug guy. Instead, you can find these things practically anywhere. We're talking about everyday stuff like glue, gasoline, markers, and paint thinners, just sitting in the local grocery. The deal with inhalants
That's a
is that
drug?
instead of swallowing a pill or lighting up a blunt, you sniff these things. When you do, the chemicals in them mix with your brain and give you a kind of woozy, feel-good sensation. It's like a subtle high. You've probably felt this before when you opened a fresh marker and got a sniff. But the thing is that while using inhalants might make you feel good temporarily, they can mess with your body. Your coordination, your thinking, and even your heart can be affected. Short-term use might not seem too bad, but if you keep doing it, it can damage your brain and other organs.
Well,
After all, these
every
things are
drug
often
you
made
take
with
is
some
bad for you,
pretty
like-
toxic chemicals. Everyone reacts differently to these substances. What might feel harmless to one person could land another in the hospital after a few sniffs.
Yes.
Nicotine. If you've ever wondered why kicking the
Boy,
smoke
let me tell y'all, bro. I have a friend. This guy wakes up, takes a pull, goes to sleep. Before he goes to sleep, he takes a pull, probably dreaming about it. Like, vapes are the worst thing, yo. Vaping and cigarettes. Oh my gosh.
habit is so tough, nicotine's the culprit. It's a dangerous and sneaky substance found in tobacco products like cigarettes, chewables, and vapes that hooks you in. You can thank nicotine for making tobacco so addictive. When you light up a cig, it's like nicotine's whispering to your brain, hey, let's do that again. Once nicotine enters your system, it goes straight for your brain, triggering a rush of dopamine. Dopamine is a feel-good chemical that's all about pleasure and rewards. In short, it helps take the edge off, allowing you to feel relaxed and at ease. So smoking feels good because nicotine's basically telling your brain, yeah, this is awesome. But don't be fooled because there's a dark side to nicotine. The happy feeling you get from nicotine doesn't last long, but your brain's going to be demanding more of it, forcing you to burn through an entire pack of cigarettes in a day. But while smoking may feel good, it's going to lead to lung cancer or getting your limbs cut off. Heroin. Neurotransmitters are like little messengers in your brain. They're the ones who tell your body, hey, time to feel happy, or ouch, that hurts. But then along comes heroin, messing with these messengers' jobs. When you take heroin, it finds its way to your brain and latches onto the neurotransmitters that deal with happiness and pain relief. It basically tells them to pump out more of those feel-good chemicals like dopamine. So suddenly your brain is high off of pleasure and you forget all about the pain. The pleasure, however, comes with its own side effects, including hormonal and heart problems. But the worst part is that heroin doesn't know when to leave. It sticks around and starts whispering to your body that it can't feel good without it. So you become reliant on it to feel happy or pain-free. That's when you get addicted to it. Cocaine. You know, without dropping any names, many big-shot Hollywood celebrities have likely dabbled in a bit of nose candy. Let's say you've hit the jackpot in life. There's no more dull 9-to-5 grind for you. You're living the glamorous life of a bona fide movie star. But you find yourself at one of the parties thrown by an A-list celebrity. So there you are, offered a taste of the white stuff, and you soon realize that it packs a punch. Cocaine kicks your stimulation into the next gear by messing with your brain's dopamine recycling system. Now, dopamine isn't just a simple mood-boosting chemical, it's like your brain's personal cheerleader, shouting, let's get stuff done. But when you indulge in cocaine, that dopamine sticks around longer, keeping you pumped and buzzing. But the catch is that the high is fleeting. After 15 to 30 minutes, you feel like a deflated balloon, sluggish, moody, and craving more white powder. Cocaine
it makes sense why people are addicted to it now. I mean, that's the thing with everything though. Like every drug has its downside, so why do it? Just pray to God and just. Well, I guess people in life, they have some things they're going through and stuff. I get it, but I don't get it at the same time.
Turns you into an aggressive, ticking time bomb full of anger and paranoia. The worst is that it puts your heart into overdrive and can cause heart attacks. So while cocaine might sound like a thrill ride to the wild side, most of the time it ends your life in a very sad way. Ecstasy, MDMA. The stuff they call Molly is also known as MDMA or ecstasy. People love using it at parties because it gives you this crazy boost of confidence and makes everything feel amazing. It's like stepping into a new world of energy and pleasure. So when you take MDMA, it messes with your brain chemicals.
I've been to a couple of parties where there was definitely some females taking this and like they trying to come to me like, oh, trying to touch me. I'm like, nah, chill. Like, I don't. Nah, hell no.
Especially serotonin, which controls your mood. When you pop an ecstasy pill, your brain gets flooded with serotonin, and suddenly you're feeling all happy and even kinda lovey-dovey in a sexual way. That's why ecstasy is such a hit at parties. It's like a ticket to feeling energetic, happy, and, as cherry on the top, a little horny. If you want to impress that hottie on the dance floor, ecstasy might just be your wingman. But like any good thing, there are risks. MDMA pushes your body to its limit, making you thirsty and overheated. Sometimes your heart can start racing too fast, leading to seizures or even a heart attack. Using ecstasy too often can mess with your brain's natural serotonin production. That means once the high wears off, you might crash hard into a bout of depression. LSD. LSD was like the poster child for the whole hippie movement. It's because it's a real trip that can take imagination to a different plane of existence. When you pop one in your mouth, your senses go on vacation, leaving you to navigate a world of different colors and abstract shapes you've never heard of before. What LSD does is that it changes how your serotonin system reacts, forcing your body to alter the way it sees and hears things. You're gonna start hallucinating, seeing things that aren't there, while also changing how you perceive time. An entire hour may feel like an eternity when you're under LSD's spell. Some people love the LSD experience, thinking it's some kind of spiritual awakening. Others just like the way it makes the world look different. But the thing is that an LSD trip can get wild. What's a mind-bending adventure for one person could become a nightmare for another. Take too much, and you might question what's real and what's not. So while LSD can open up a whole new world, it's not for the faint of heart. Ketamine. Ketamine was mainly used for
God
knocking
damn,
people out
there's so
cold
much
during
stuff, bro.
surgeries. But there was a twist with this drug. It
There's
turned
so
out
much
to be
damn
pretty
drugs,
unique
bro.
compared to other drugs, especially when it comes to the experience it gives to recreational users. Ketamine is what you'd call a dissociative drug. That means it's like stepping outside of yourself and seeing the world from a different angle. It's like you're watching your own life in a movie. Ketamine users call this state the K-hole, and it's similar to going on a wild ride without leaving your bed. But things get interesting because ketamine comes with its fair share of risks.
Yes.
Just like any other drug, if you're chasing that K-hole, it can mess with your perception of reality big time. It's like blurring the line between what's real and what's just a ketamine-induced trip. Magic mushrooms. Psilocybin is like a roller coaster for your brain, taking you on this trippy journey that some folks might describe as spiritual or mind-blowing. In those magic mushrooms, there's this chemical called psilocin. It latches onto specific brain cells that handle your mood, perception, and thinking. Once it hooks onto those cells, it starts messing with how your brain processes everything. Suddenly, your brain is throwing a party and inviting all sorts of emotions, sights, and sounds to the weirdest event ever. People munch on these shrooms to change their mood and see the world differently. Sometimes it even feels like you're one with everything around you.
Okay,
No wonder
what are
hippies
the
and those
downsides?
seeking a
Let's hear the
spiritual kick
downsides,
love these
'cause
magic
we all know
mushrooms.
there
But the
gotta be
fact is that
downsides.
shrooms can be seriously risky. They change your sense of reality, and a bad trip can send you spiraling into anxiety and paranoia. Even the tiniest thing, like a cat's meow, might feel like a roaring lion coming to get you if you're on a bad shroom trip. Ayahuasca. With a name that makes it sound like it's a Harry Potter spell, ayahuasca is your all-natural psychedelic brew that's made for spiritual healing, but has made a name for itself as a recreational drug. Ayahuasca is made by brewing specific vines from the Amazon rainforest and has been used in South America for a long time. But in other countries, it's used for a lazy Saturday night psychedelic trip. This brew contains DMT, which is a powerful psychedelic compound that hijacks your brain and alters your decision-making and self-awareness. That explains why an ayahuasca trip makes you see vibrant colors and otherworldly beings that don't exist. The trip is intense, hitting you like a Mike Tyson punch, but it's like you're in a deep therapy session that makes you one with the universe. While ayahuasca can give you a fantastic ride on the psychedelic train, it can attack the deepest parts of your mind. This is why you might see visions of your deepest fears and unresolved issues while on an ayahuasca trip. While some people claim that ayahuasca can help them overcome trauma and fears, it's not the best experience for everyone, especially the ones who can get easily freaked out by spooky visions.
Well, what a video that's interesting. My takeaway is don't do drugs. Please, for me, don't do drugs. And yeah, that's gonna top it off for the video. If y'all enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment to which video I'm gonna react to next. And yeah, that's gonna end it off for the video. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.